American rapper Juice WRLD continued to dominate the album charts for weeks and even months after his passing. Just how did he manage to do all this posthumously? That's what we'll discuss in this video. But before we dive deep into that, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel with the notifications turned on so you won't be missing any of our next videos. Now, here's how Juice WRLD managed to conquer the US album charts. Number 1. Relatable lyrics. The rapper, whose real name was Gerard A. Higgins, wrote songs about heartbreak, teenage angst, and drug use, all of which are tough, so people who are experiencing the same really did appreciate knowing that they're not the only ones who struggled with these problems. Because of this, Juice WRLD managed to break out of the Santa Claus obscurity to land on the top of pop charts. A lot of people were able to relate to his tracks, such as All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams, which started racking up tens of millions of listens. But it's not just that Juice WRLD's lyrics are written well. In fact, there's an unconventional feel to how he puts words on paper. Some might call it the stream of consciousness approach, where he writes down what he feels as he feels it, without much careful editing or curating. As Ones to Watch put it, when he speaks of heartbreak just wanting to escape it using drugs on candles or the difficulty of accepting an overdose-related death of a cohort in Legends, it's the authentic recounting of him and his friends' personal experiences. The personable and often harsh recountings that are typically avoided by other mainstream media outlets have clearly struck a chord with youths, who are in many ways seeing the world of SoundCloud rap as a reflection of their own realities. Number 2, he brought emo back from the dead. Just when we all thought emo was a thing of the very distant past, Juice WRLD's mopey voice got fans falling for lines like, "I'm a jealous boy, really feel like John Lennon," or "I just want real love. Guess it's been a minute." Pitchfork describes it as having emotional immediacy to his music. To quote, "He sings often in weepy groans and emo snarls that match the blunt rawness of his lyrics. What he lacks in narrative makes up for in moody hooks, to the point that the nursery rhyme simplicity of his sing-song couplets can wash away the groaning melodrama of a line like, 'I'm on the drugs way too much,' and needle it into your skull." Juice WRLD's follow-up album, Death Race for Love, also landed on the Billboard 200. In that month's Billboard magazine, he was singled out as the primary ambassador for emo rap. He told the magazine emo rap is not too complicated, saying any rap that's talking about what you're going through is actually emo rap. Number 3, Juice WRLD is unapologetic AF. Everyone wants to be unapologetic, but society doesn't make this easy for everyone, and that is why a lot of people feel like they're living vicariously through Juice WRLD's words. This all started when Juice WRLD was a little kid who thought listening to hip-hop was too jarring for him. Though the music thrilled him as a depressive teen, he just found it impossible to connect to lyrics about luxury mansions and fast cars. So when he started recording demos on his high school iPhone, he wanted to fill that void and make hip-hop more relatable to someone like him. He decided that his songs would be impassioned bloodlettings full of frankness and vulnerability that listeners battling similar emotional storms might be able to find comfort in. As he told The Guardian, everybody's got pain, depression, addiction, heartbreak. These are human characteristics. It couldn't have been easy for a budding male artist to openly talk and rap about his feelings, especially at a time when males still got sneered at for being too sensitive or too emotional. But Juice WRLD took all the criticism in stride and continued to make relatable music while being 100% unapologetic. Even the subject matter of some of his tracks and the way he alluded to stuff like using narcotics and engaging in self-harm were questioned, he never once wavered in his choice of words and music. He shrugged all of it off and said making the kind of music he makes was like therapy, as it proved cathartic for both him and those who listen. His career, then short-lived, is being celebrated for being solid and for really reflecting who he is as a person and as a hip-hop artist. Number 4, great collaborations and meaningful relationships. Short of life as he may have lived, Juice WRLD touched the lives of many people, including some established names in the world of hip-hop and music in general. Part of the reason behind his meteoric rise to fame was that he was able to impress some bigwigs early on, helping his music gain more traction and attention. For example, we have the standout track from his studio debut album Goodbye and Good Riddance. Everyone knew Lucid Dreams was a force to be reckoned with, as it immediately became the most played SoundCloud track of 2018. But what really cemented the success of that song was Alicia Keys' cover of it, which he performed at no less than the Grammy Awards. Juice WRLD also did a European tour with Nicki Minaj, after which he was named a top new artist at the Billboard's Music Awards in May. Now, before all those impressive collaborations, a huge part of Juice WRLD's early success can be credited to Cole Bennett, the visionary multimedia director behind the Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel. He has been touted as shaping the look of 2017 rap and beyond, often called as the go-to person for nearly every SoundCloud rapper's music video. Bennett is responsible for Juice WRLD's music videos for both All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams. Number 5, eerie lyrics predicting his own passing. As mentioned earlier, Juice WRLD passed at the age of 21 after suffering an emergency overdose right at the Chicago Midway International Airport. Mere minutes after all this went down, conspiracy theorists hunkered down in front of their computers, drawing up convenient narratives and stirring conversations towards the fact that Juice WRLD seemed to have known, or at least predicted, his own passing. After all, in his 2018 track Legends, he did rap a line that goes, "What's the 27 Club? We ain't making it past 21. which was his exact age during the fatal overdose. But then again, at that time, he was merely reflecting on the early demise of two other rising hip-hop artists, Lil Peep, who passed away at 21, and XXXTentacion, who succumbed to a shooting in 20. It's pretty unlikely that Juice WRLD really did predict, much less plan, his own passing at the age of 21. The Guardian adds that thinking would mean one is willing to overlook Juice WRLD's repeated poetic confrontation of mortality in his songs, like how he sang "Lay me down to sleep in my casket closed" in his song Rider. Worse, it would also undermine Juice WRLD's evident hunger to build a long-lasting and boundary-shattering career. There's no way Juice WRLD actually planned to go at the young age of 21, not if he had the rest of his life and career planned out. Talking to The Guardian, he revealed plans for a hardcore album he still hoped to make, and how he had been studying streaming tutorials on YouTube in preparation for this. He also talked about finding new ways of reaching people who might benefit from his message, that there's no shame in vulnerability and nothing to be gained from pushing your feelings down. Knowing all these, the only logical conclusion was that Juice WRLD's passing was a great tragedy, in that it cut short the promising career of a person who still planned to do and achieve and conquer a lot. And that's reason number 6 on why Juice WRLD continued to dominate charts following his sudden passing. The 21-year-old rapper's catalog saw a huge spike in streams both on Apple and Spotify after his fatal seizure at the airport. The day before it happened, Lucid Dreams was number 118 on Spotify's top 200, with just under 1 million streams. But after the shocking news, it held down the number 2 with over 5.5 million streams, to a more than 476% increase. It also claimed the top spot on Apple's Top 100, which tracks the most played songs in the US each day. But not only that, the 2nd, 5th, and 6th and 7th spots were also claimed by Juice WRLD at that time. According to USA Today, it's common for music of a deceased artist to shoot up the charts due to renewed interest and fans' desire to connect with the musician through their songs. Billboard's Ian Drew said the same phenomenon happened after Mac Miller, Lil Peep, and XXXTentacion all met their sudden ends. Drew explained that Juice WRLD's death is not only influencing his core fans to revisit his music, but has sparked the curiosity of newcomers who've seen the rapper's name in the news. He added that there was a newfound interest for people who weren't fans or some who could be considered actual fans. As these people read the news, they are suddenly awakened to the existence of Juice WRLD's music, and then they go and check him out. Drew said that it's natural that there is that curiosity, and a subsequent increase in streams. But while that initial curiosity may be natural and only to be expected, we all know that there's a deeper reason why Juice WRLD's albums continue to dominate the charts, and that's because he was able to leave behind a solid legacy through his catalog, such that anyone who was just initially curious actually found something they liked or something they could relate to in his song. News about his sudden passing just proved to be the way that these people learned about his music, but it was still Juice WRLD's doing why we are now able to inherit such a celebrated discography that now serves as a sneak peek to everything he could have been had he stayed and held on a little longer.